Welcome back to my 100-day drawing challenge 2020. Today is day number 12 and the prompt is air. So this is the second prompt out of the 4 elements series. Yesterday's prompt was earth. So if you want a little bit of an explanation or a little bit of insight into what I'm doing differently this year with the 4 elements prompts, then check out that first earth video. I'll put the link somewhere, because I go a little bit more into detail about what things I'm doing differently this year with the 4 elements prompts. So I don't want to waffle on and say all those things again in this video, so let's just talk about the prompt air. Can I please just express how much I love the idea that air is a ballet dancer? I just love it. I think it's such a cool idea. In a weird way, they're kind of similar. Like, when I think of air, I think kind of gentle and dainty and pretty and things like that. And I think the same about ballet. I think it's dainty and pretty, but at the same time it takes so much strength and force behind it. So I just love the idea that this character is like kind of like skinny and dainty and pretty, but at the same time you shouldn't underestimate her because there's a lot of force and strength behind it. I don't know, I love that kind of metaphor for this character. I decided to do things a little bit differently this year, so I took a little bit of inspiration from the air prompt in 2018 and kept this pretty simple. I think last year I tried to do far too much with this prompt. I tried to give her a crazy outfit and do loads of different things that relate to air. I gave her a little bird on her head and like a cloud dress and all this stuff. And I decided to keep it a little bit more simple this year because I feel like the simplicity of the 2018 version of this drawing was so pretty, and so I wanted to try and recreate that. So I kept her outfit very simple this year, very simple. I also kept the earth character's outfit a bit more simple. I just feel like I wanted so much more going on in these illustrations. I wanted this whole magic thing swirling around them, and with the earth prompt I had like leaves and flowers and twigs and things kind of flying around her, and for the air prompt I've got these little feathers and clouds flying around her. So I just feel like adding too much to their outfits might distract a little bit from the overall illustration. So far I've just decided to keep their outfits pretty simple, and I quite like them. I think that simplicity sometimes is the most effective way to go. And her hair is flowing behind her into this big swirl, which I really like. That was the main thing that I kind of sketched up and thumbnailed on a separate sketchbook before starting this, was just kind of the shape of her body and this like hair flowing behind her. And so when I started drawing it, I knew that was the key part of the image that I wanted to get across. I also like her face a lot better. I think I like to try and give each of the characters a slightly different face shape and different facial features just to differentiate them from one another. So for air, she has very round eyes and like a little nose and rounder lips, just to kind of differentiate her a little bit from the other 3. So for the colour palette, I knew that I wanted to use white and blue as the main colours for this. I didn't overcomplicate the colour palette too much. I thought that blue and white would be perfect, and then I just added a really pale skin tone for her skin, and I just thought that it would look really nice as a contrast to the other characters. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. I think that the composition of the image could have been changed a little bit to improve it. Again, I just kind of wish that I'd had a bigger page to draw this on, because I feel like I couldn't fully extend her pose and accentuate it, but I think it looks fine. I actually really like it. There's probably a few little things that I would change if I were doing it again, but I feel like that's true for any illustration. You think it looks really good, and then as soon as you finish it, you take another look at it and it's like, there's so many things I would do differently now. And I'm very excited to move on to the other 2 elements. Let me know in the comments what you thought of this drawing, and let me know which element is your favourite. That's all for today. If you're interested, there's a link to the full challenge playlist on screen and in the description. Subscribe if you'd like to keep up with me completing this challenge, and I'll see you tomorrow for another prompt. Take care.